Doing 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Just nice day. A little warm, but nice day.
Yeah, it was toasty. So I seen this video today. Video of this cop pulling over a woman. The woman slows down. She's pregnant, by the way.
Okay.
The woman slows down, and they're on a freeway, and she's looking for an exit. You can see, like, clearly she slowed down, turned her blinker on like she was going to pull over. Well, she goes ahead and drives, like, I don't know, it looked like maybe a quarter of a mile, half a mile, further.
Right.
Trying to find a place to get off the freeway. And this cop speeds up, approaches her,
I think I saw this.
comes to the left, and fucking
Pit maneuver.
Flips her around. As she's like gets spun around like that, she jerks her wheel back the other way, flips the fucking car, and she initially like landed on the top of her car.
Yeah.
You could see when the cop pulls back around, he very calmly says, "Oh yeah, we need medical assistance out here. I think she's hurt." Like, this woman is pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't necessarily know that she was pregnant, but still, he had no reason to even do a pit maneuver because,
violent.
She had all the signs of pulling over.
Yeah,
like,
she
if
had
she
her
was a cop,
hazards
if I was a cop and I was pulling her over, I would not think that she was trying to escape. I wouldn't think she was trying to get away.
Looking for a decent spot to turn off where both you guys are safe.
Yeah. I just don't understand how he would think that she's trying to flee, trying to escape.
It's so dangerous to do that. And you wouldn't even do it on a bad criminal.
No.
It'd endanger other lives.
Yeah, you would never, like, unless they don't usually do, like, pit maneuvers until they've hit a certain point of, okay, we realize this guy's doing damage, he's starting to wreck some things.
He hit the spike strips already.
He hit the spike strips already, yeah. That kind of stuff. I just don't see why his mentality was to, I need to stop this woman physically. Like, you can very evidently clearly see that she's making means to stop.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And there's no reason
I bet she got a very healthy sum of money for that.
I bet she did. Which isn't worth it in any way. Because
no, of course not.
Happened.
Of course, a possible, miscarriage, or like if that baby miscarried at some point, any point throughout, it's
on him.
Like, ultimately, I would think that that's on him.
It's
like,
on him.
Technically, unless she's like a heavy drug abuser or something.
Right. I don't know. They need more training before you can just become a police officer.
No, I agree. I think they need to have a lot more training. I saw yesterday this video on Facebook of a cop showing up at a grocery store. He showed up at a grocery store and was accusing these 3 black ladies of stealing, shoplifting.
Okay.
And said that a black male called him, made the call, and said that these 3 women, described them, and that they were stealing, shoplifting. And he walks up and asks them, okay, well, I see you guys have a bunch of Target bags, but I want to know, like, he says there's reports that you were shoplifting. So they go back into the Target, and he has the cashiers look at her receipts, look at all the stuff. Well, it turns out there was a few items in one bag that hadn't been scanned by they know who it was. It's like they looked at they could look at the video and be like, oh yeah, he just missed those items, put them in the bag,
right,
and sent her out because they had lots of bags. But I thought it was entertaining because by the end of it, after he'd said that a black manager had called them in, it turned out the only manager that's there, he's like, no, I'm not allowed to call the police. Like, I'm not allowed to call 911 if someone's doing that. Like, it's the law right now. You know that, right? And in the video, like, the cop says he has 2 differing views, because he said that he called, or 2 differing foresights on what he said happened.
Right.
And in one setting, he'd said that someone called 911 and said that these people shoplifted. Well, then when his sergeant gets there and they go outside, he says, "Oh, no, he came over and talked to me in person." And it's like, oh, you just, like, this woman has you on video saying the opposite, telling everyone the opposite, and come to find out he'd been hanging out there for like an hour. He'd been hanging out there for an hour before he got out and decided to go over there and accuse these women of shoplifting.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, it was
Super
stupid.
Terrible. Like, why are you just wasting that much of your time?
No. Ultimately, I think he was. They didn't really like state that he was being racist necessarily, but I think he was being like kind of racially profiling, racially picking these people to be like, I'm going to question them and hang around and make these people get their receipts checked on the inside. You know, like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it really doesn't. Like,
and then to be wrong on 2 different accounts by the end of it.
Right. Super dumb.
Super stupid.
You need to spend a lot more time doing real cop stuff.
Yeah. Well, and ever since the war on drugs has, you know, pretty well militarized most police forces. It really has. Some of the tech that a lot of those police have, like even like especially SWAT teams, for example.
SWAT teams have
like they're legitimately a militarized group of people. Like they don't necessarily have the same training either. They're just, oh yeah, we, you know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they have more training than a regular police officer. I haven't done my research on it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I know there's no way that these people are like Navy SEALs. Or like, you know, that's kind of how I feel, is they should at least have, you know, continual training after they became a police officer. And I don't mean just like, oh, let's train on this for 10 minutes a week or whatever. Like, no, have some in-depth training to, like, teach people stuff. Teach them like how to deal with people, for example.
Right. That needs a lot more training and everything. And constant training is a good thing. They do it every other job.
Oh yeah.
You're constantly learning.
Well, like me, I just work at an auto parts store, but I learn new stuff every day. Every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't learn something new about a vehicle. It's, you know, and I've been doing it for 4 years. I've been at the same place, and I still learn new things every day. And people, you know, like, teach you new things that aren't even necessarily about stuff at work. It might be about something in life. Like, oh yeah, like all the people that I encounter that I get to know and like and enjoy.
Right.
And out of all of them, you got to think, some of them die, some of them have, out of, you know, hundreds of people at a store.
Sure.
Some of them die, some of them get cancer, and you find out these people died, or you find out these people get cancer. It's a pretty decent blow on you. It's just the matter of how much humanity these, you know, some people will teach or give, you know.
The amount of life they'll pass on.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing with that. You can pass on your whole being to other people. A little bit of you and to everybody.
Well, and a lot of people will think, why even go and hang out with this person? Because I have nothing to bring to the table. I'm not an elegant speaker. I'm not an enjoyable person. You feel, these are things you feel about yourself, and you're going to let those things that you feel about yourself prevent you from having a conversation or a relationship with someone that you want, you know, like a friendship even, you know. It's just like you're going to let something like that restrict you without you even realizing it.
Yeah, that's...
Like, our brains do that all the time.
They're designed to do that. You have to break yourself of that habit.
Yeah.
Kind of
expose yourself. Well, it's like a tribal thing, and some people who are also tribal may not be necessarily like tribal in the same way that we are. Some people are tribal on the internet. They get on the internet and band together with all sorts of strangers, and they fight the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again.
Right.
Every time. And they beat it to death, and there's, you know, there's never a time where we don't have anything to worry about. And some of the things that people choose to worry about and be frustrated about really concerns me because it's
just
so
temporary.
it's so trivial. It's so, like this is that's just temporary. Like that's something that's like some of the things like cell phones, for example, kill me because we've only had this style of cell phone that we have
Yeah.
for not even 20 years.
Not even 20 years.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
You know, we've only been experiencing, or like TV nowadays in comparison to 100 years ago or 80 years ago. You know, like
flat
the
screen,
difference.
super
Have a
thin,
huge flat screen,
and the price isn't even bad.
and the price isn't terrible, but you can we have these capabilities and these things that we feel we're entitled to, but we didn't create it. We didn't build that.
No.
We have no like stamp on it that like, oh yeah, I bought that. That's fucking cool, I guess.
Yo.
You know?
Yeah, there's nothing like that for that.
No,
So
there's
we don't
not.
need it. We've just come into this entitlement era where
Yeah, it's something that we've acquired,
you
and
expect the lady
our father, like my father and my grandfather and my great grandfather. That's 4 generations of people that experience the TV. And there's a difference between 4 generations of people and 3 people or 4 people in a like as in lifetimes, 3 or 4 lifetimes away, you know, in the future or in the past.
Right. We really do just get
Angry.
yeah.
People
Over every little
people are
thing.
so angry.
Over everything.
It doesn't like I don't understand because I'm not an angry person. I don't get like, you know me. I'm when I get mad about something, I'm mad about it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There are some things in this world that other people are getting mad at that's starting to make me mad. And not
You just
just
constantly hear about it.
for 10 minutes because it's a recurring thing that's like really like people are so like you are so stuck in your thought process of this is going to work, like socialism, for example. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against certain forms of socialism, but for the most part any form of socialism is garbage because it's never worked. It has
proved itself
a
not
0% chance of succeeding and being a free, open, working class, anything comparable to America.
Right.
Or certain, like Switzerland or Australia or Canada. They're all very free countries.
Yeah, they are very free. You have a lot of rights to do whatever.
A lot more than you know, Russia, certain places in Asia.
Mm-hmm. Just those places like that, they're not industrialized.
No.
There's no real jobs besides.
Well, they have like sweatshops and slaves and like these are places that haven't really conformed with the way that we live our lives in America, anyways.
Mechanic shop
I feel
here.
that I'm middle class and I live a decent life. Like I live a relatively decent life. I'm
go to an
happy.
auto shop,
Yeah.
and you find this group of guys that work on vehicles all day because they like to do it.
Yeah.
Something that prides
It's something that they enjoy in life, or most of the time. Sometimes
Right.
there's those dirtbags that don't really care.
like doing it. But when you go to a nice auto body shop, they all love their job. They like doing high detail work. You go over someplace like that, and they don't care about their job. They just have to do it.
Yeah.
They don't enjoy one part of it. You got to enjoy parts of your job.
Well, you have to enjoy some of it, yes. At least bits and pieces of
Yeah.
it throughout the day.
If you look forward to lunch and getting off, that's not good.
Yeah. I enjoy work itself. I enjoy moments, not when I'm having to work hard, but I enjoy the moments after I had to work hard. I always do. It doesn't matter, like at work, for example, I actually enjoy the aftermath of stacking an entire pallet of batteries. It made me feel good. It was like a workout. Like,
Like do something.
I had to do something, and it got done, and it felt nice to do by the end of it, not while I was doing it though.
Yep.
Hot and holy crap, I'm sweating so much,
Exactly. But when you're done, the final project is beautiful, and so even if you're just stacking, I stacked that pretty nice.
And then you have to wrap it, put cardboard on top of it, do a little twisty twist and a twisty twist,
Well,
and then
that is a beautiful revelation.
I know, and then you put the little paper with all the count on top of the pallet.
I don't know nothing about that.
No, it's stupid, but it's okay.
Works out.
I had to unstack an entire pallet of batteries because I didn't have the cardboard on the bottom of it, and they can't like transport it on their trucks like that. Funny.
These little things
Yeah.
that have to be done.
It's like, oh yep, if they see that, you know, if the inspector sees that, I'll be in trouble. So I had to unstack it, restack it, rewrap it.
That's weird. Never thought about it like that.
I've only ever had to do it one time, but one time's enough.
Yep. One time is enough.
Oh shit. There's a new movie coming out, and I can't think of what the fuck it's called. Oh, the one with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, we're
Free Guy.
Free Guy.
That looks like a good movie.
Yeah.
Really, like, takes on a nuance to the, like, thought of the, like, video game world.
Well, you know what I saw when
Or
I
even
first saw it
future
open
video
up,
game
and,
world.
like looking out the window and everything's just going on. It literally felt like when you look outside your apartment window in Grand Theft Auto Online, and it's just random chaos happening. That movie, it looks like it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Basically, just one big online game as a movie. It's going to be, I think it's going to be sweet.
Yeah,
Super
definitely.
sick.
Alright. So on the topic of Free Guy,
Yeah,
That's-
Ryan Reynolds movie.
that's a fucking interesting thought. Is that if we were to, like, ever get to the point where we could literally, like, live in a different universe, essentially, is what other people, dimensionalize. Like, you never know. We could fucking be able, are we able to just see it in this realm through some sort of glasses? Or would someday we possibly be able to, like, jump
Hold the knowledge.
into different universes? But what if when we went into other universes, we're living a different, like, our current sentient beings got swapped, in trance of, okay, well, maybe I want to simulate this universe
Right.
or this realm, like
Step
whatever.
halfway between the two so that you can be just right there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how that game works, If you're not wearing the glasses, you're not in the realm.
Yeah, you're
When
just
you wear the glasses, you're in the middle. You get both of these.
well that, and when they give Guy that, it's like, oh my god, you just woke up the video game, like the character in the video game, you woke him up.
Exactly.
I've never seen the movie, so hopefully I'm not
out yet, I don't
spoiling anything for
I don't
anyone.
even
But
think it's out yet.
no, I know.
It's out in August.
I was still just meaning like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that should be a really good flick. I think that'll.
I was pretty sure it came out like next month. I was thinking like 2 weeks from now, but
I thought it came out last year. So.
I know. I thought because it was advertised last year, but
And it looked pretty well done.
yeah, it looked like a really good movie, but they put it on hold, so that's fine.
Yep, fine with me.
I'm cool with
Take
that.
the time. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, that's another thing. I love movies. Movies are
I
good.
love movies. That new Pig movie with Nick Cage. I want to watch that.
It looks like a good one.
All about a guy trying to find his pig.
I think I've only seen the ad once, but it looks like a decent movie anyway,
Yeah.
as a watcher. I
I
went to
like
Fast
those.
9 with Mariah the other night. It was,
Oh, is that the movie you guys went to?
yeah,
Okay. Kind of must have skipped that part.
it was okay.
Okay, yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
see 8 though.
Huh? No, I didn't see 8, but
Maybe
still,
you would've
I didn't see Fate of
felt
the
a little
Furious.
different.
I don't think so.
Not at all.
No, it was the same old cliche bullshit.
Well, especially since, Dom has a brother now. I'm sure
And they
that-
all have contracts so that, like, nobody can win. Like, back in the day when Dom would fight Hobbs,
Oh, yeah.
they both had contracts that stated that neither one of them could lose. So
They
there was
can't
no
lose in a
point.
fight.
There was no point in either one of them even fighting.
Besides just a badass, pretty
Just
much
a bad,
God on
a
God
badass, yeah, that.
fight. Smashing through cinder blocks and whatever. Using tire irons.
One thing I will say, I'm not trying to spoil it, so I'm not going to say the lines or anything. But it was hilarious how they kind of went. They almost like broke the third wall or whatever you want to say. Broke third wall breaking or fourth wall breaking,
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that is.
Deadpool did.
Whatever Deadpool did. What I'm saying is that they kind of went into the area of them making humor out of the fact that the characters are invincible. Like, oh yeah, this guy's not gonna die. These characters aren't gonna die. You
That's
know,
funny.
at least not right now. It's like they'll keep throwing it at you, like, oh, they almost died,
But they don't.
or oh, we thought they were dead.
They come back though.
They come back though. Yeah, it's like
Hans.
they really.
I'm sure it was Hans of that, because I haven't seen it, but just knowing that he just came back, and last one he was in was Tokyo Drift.
Yeah,
So
I was happy. There were certain characters from a different line of the Fast and Furious also involved in this one, so I thought that was cool.
So how was Ludacris's performance?
In that movie,
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Just spot on like usual?
Yeah. There's this scene where Roman and
Ludacris?
I always forget his name in that, Tez.
Yeah,
Or
Tej.
Tej. But there's a scene where they go to outer space, and
I
it's
know
pretty
that
cool.
was in the trailer. That looks
Huh?
sick.
Yeah, they're not in a spaceship, but
Didn't
they're in
think
outer
so.
space, and they end up like
It didn't look like they were in a spaceship in the trailer.
no, they end up in the fucking space station.
That's funny. I'm sure they had fun up there. I'm sure they have a good time.
I thought it was hilarious. It was awesome.
That's great.
But yeah, it was a good movie.
Space station. Of course, that's where they go. There's only one place up there.
Yeah.
That and the flag.
Dude, the fires are killing me. The thought of like how many acres of like land is
Is burned.
just being like decimated by the fires right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It doesn't let up.
No,
And the thunders and lightning's just insane.
we need rain. Like we didn't get the normal. What is it? April showers, May flowers. We didn't get any. We didn't get showers in April. We had a little bits of rain here and there, but
It wasn't enough.
like the farmers are taking away a third, a quarter, like third, in that realm of what they normally would, like with hay and other crops, like barley and wheat, and like that's crucial.
Since there's a hay shortage, it hasn't rained enough.
No, Grandma's, she's worried about that because
Yeah, we were
she's
talking about
probably
that.
not, she might not be able to get hay this year.
It might be super
They're
crappy hay.
super crappy hay and super expensive
Yo. Which sucks.
because there's actually a lot of farmers out there right now that just they aren't even going to be able to make good on any of their promises that they made for their buyers this year. They're going to have to. A lot of people are selling a shit ton of their cattle instead of keeping them for another year, or
Right.
keeping them for however much longer, feeding them through this period of time. They'll just sell
Through
them
the summer.
instead of waiting until butcher. They're gonna sell them right now, which is stupid that
But
they
if
have
they
to.
have to, they
No,
can't afford it.
I'm saying it's stupid that they have to do
Yeah.
it. Not stupid of them to do it. It's like, okay, they have to do it. It's like, oh man, I wish more farmers ran on, thought about getting irrigation. Especially, I personally think this could have a little bit to do with certain forms of global warming. Who's to say if it's our fault or, I know that we contribute to like 1% of the amount of
Right.
carbon emissions that go into the air every year or all year or whatever, something on that in that realm. I could be overplaying that too. I don't know if it's 1%. I don't remember if it's 1% or not.
We need a fail-safe for farmers. Something they can fall back
We
on.
need a fail-safe for a lot of things, but people don't.
farming's
People
food.
don't pre-plan.
No.
What's that saying? Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah, I've heard that one. before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It is a good one. Oh, what's that other one? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you're not early, you're late because there's no such thing as on time.
Yo.
I'm wondering when they're going to come out with a new Grand Theft Auto.
2024, 2025.
Is that kind of like
That's the new
general?
leak we've gotten.
the general consensus.
The new
anyways?
leak that we've gotten from a reputable source.
Okay.
And it's kind of been in there anyway. 2022 to 2023 was what it was last year. But they also said that they're just taking as much time as is needed, especially after seeing Cyberpunk perform the way it did.
Oh, yeah.
It fell not even halfway, or more than halfway under. It was a terrible game.
It was a flop, essentially,
in
in comparison to what they could have done with it anyways.
They had to take it off the PlayStation Store so people would not buy it.
Because it sucked so terribly.
It sucked so bad.
I didn't read any of the reviews on it or anything. I just seen that article where one of the gaming things on Facebook that I seen on an article that they took it off the platform.
At first they issued refunds. I don't exactly remember the number, but it was a lot. And that sucks because those people did crunch time, where they sat there for a day, 2 days, all weekend, just doing shit. And then they have to give that money that they would have made back to the people that bought the games.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really sucks.
It's bullshit.
Give them a little bit longer to see the state of the game in 6 months.
Yeah.
And then issue a refund or something of that sort.
Did they take the games back?
The digital purchases, yeah.
Oh, that's fucked.
You refund it, and then
I personally...
But with the refunds, it sucks. You don't get it in your credit card. You get it in your Sony account.
Yeah.
And there's no way to put it back on your credit card then.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit, but...
It is. But, it is what it is.
It's kind of how Amazon works sometimes, but...
Yep. I think...
Give it back to you in the form of a gift card.
They were talking about Bethesda. They brought up Fable and the new Elder Scrolls game. Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls.
So we've been expecting a new Elder
badass
Scrolls
game.
Anytime,
Yeah.
Any E3 that comes up, it's, we've expected to see it. Well, they went ahead, Microsoft, since they bought Bethesda, they said that Fable is going to be coming out before the next Elder Scrolls game. Mm-hmm. And that's looking in a couple years.
If scalpers are still affecting the sales of PlayStations and Xboxes?
They're holding on to a lot of them. The Xbox ones are selling out in the stores still. Yeah. That's all doing fine. It's just hard to get your hands on PS5 now. But really what's happening is they're creating different things where you have to own a PS4 and you get enrolled into a PS5 selling thing by Sony. And they'll send you a code that lets you access the site to buy one PS5 per household.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You can't buy 2 or 3, which really sucks if I wanted to buy one and get my little brother one.
Yeah, but that's kind of only...
At the same time, it's keeping it from...
I personally think that's probably only for something that they're doing right now.
Yep, it's just a new preventative method.
In the means of, preventing scalping. I imagine within the next year or two, they'll probably come to the point of where it's, okay, we will now, you're capable of buying more than one now.
You'll be seeing PS5s in mass.
Yeah, you'll be seeing...
Scalpers will be getting rid of them.
Also, this past year, with all of the trade problems, I should say, I feel that that's probably one of the big reasons. That's a lot of the same type of shit of why we don't have a lot of stuff at the store.
Right.
It's like there's a lot of certain things that we're out of or we can't get, and I personally am getting sick and tired of having to tell people, I'm sorry, I can't get that right now. What do you mean you can't get that right now?
There ain't none there.
None of the warehouses anywhere near me have any, unless you want to pay the amount of freight for 2 of those things you're wanting, then you're not getting it.
Right.
And that's what makes people mad. It's like, and I don't like making people mad. I don't like making people mad at the store. I don't like making people have to wait. I don't like having to do that. But it's, there's a wait time for certain things. Oh, yeah. Well, it's 2 days out. You're going to wait 2 days.
Your grandpa, that'll be here Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the best I can do.
Yeah.
Your grandfather. I'd love to give it to you right now. It's just not here, dude.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's sometimes with certain things, there's like, okay, yeah, I can special overnight order it,
right,
so that it'll get here. Like from either Spokane or sometimes Seattle. If you order from Seattle, but you get it UPS to the store, then you get it the next day.
Okay.
But if you get it on the shuttle, it's free. but it comes in 2 days. You know, it's like that kind of thing. It's like, oh, well, you can pay a little more and you can get it the next day.
Well, another thing with the consoles was it was a lack of components. Microsoft and Sony were fighting each other for pieces to build their consoles.
Yeah.
And Microsoft went ahead and stated that they don't plan to make another console after this. They want to just stop it. They're done making the Xbox.
Oh, they're going to retire.
But they've also
company.
said that the DualShock 5 is giving them some inspiration for a new controller. Because they pretty much just rehashed the same controller to us.
Over and over and over again. A little
Well,
more.
no,
a little
it was
more.
worse with the Xbox One and now the X. It's the same controller.
Yeah.
There's really nothing different on it. But if they did quit making consoles...
They just made a shittier... Like, to me, I think
Yeah.
it's a shittier shell.
Yep.
That's-
You go... No, they want to create... They have Xbox Game Pass. You know, that subscription. You pay like $10 to $20 a month. You get to play all their games. Well, they want to, instead of making a console, just put that on Sony's PlayStation. Put that on... It's already on PC. Put it on the Switch. See what games you can scale down. And they... Because they lose money every console that's sold.
Oh,
They
yeah.
make money by selling their games. And they do make great games. Halo's an awesome franchise. Fable is amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm excited for a new one. It'll be awesome. Now that they own Bethesda, it's even more revenue that they can get.
Yeah, and I look at it as a possible opportunity at, like, I don't know, some great games that could come out of the line.
I think it's an awesome potential for awesome games to come out. I think Xbox made great games on the 360. They really held it together way better than Sony did.
Yeah.
Sony's games were lackluster.
I seen an article about it before you shared it, but what was the name of that rapper that got shot like 64 fucking times?
I can't remember his name. TK something or Y.
KYT
It's
Dre or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
TK Dre or
KTY Dre or something like that.
But yeah, he
Shot 64 fucking
he
times.
got out of jail,
Yeah.
and as he's walking out, he was with his grandma, I believe, and another lady. His grandma got shot in the knee.
Yeah,
And there was
she
two
was
shooters.
fine though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she was injured. Don't.
Right.
Yeah, don't take my.
There
Oh
was,
yeah, that old lady. I just walk it off. No, that's not what I mean.
There was two shooters, and the cops found over 58 rounds at the scene, just empty, shot shell casings.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They called it a... Can't remember what they called it.
It was a hit and run of sorts, but
They went with
or like a drive-by or whatever type of thing you would call it. But,
ambush shooting.
oh, an ambush. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was what
That's
I
what they
read in the
called it.
article. Is that they called it an ambush shooting.
Ambushed shooting. Two guys. I believe they did get the guys.
Did they?
I believe so. Pretty hard to walk away from
That's-
the police station shooting that much.
Yeah, that's awful though, dude. Like that is
It's
like
terrible.
shot 64 times.
I'm not sure how much
That's-
jail time he spent, but he got out with an ankle monitor and on probation. That's terrible. They must have thought that he'd snitched on them,
Or he was going to snitch on him, or anything.
That's why he got out, or I don't know even why he went in. Just I saw that.
No, I've never heard any of his music or anything. I just thought it was an
Me either.
interesting article, and the fact that he was shot 64 times, like
Outside of
wow,
a police station.
outside of a
That's
police
like some mob
station.
stuff.
like
back
that's
in the day.
somebody was putting a hit out on that dude. Like
Mhm.
who knows? You know, maybe the people that killed him were the ones who wanted him dead, and maybe somebody else paid him. They'll figure it out, or they won't.
Saw a couple comments on, oh yeah, if you banned guns, this wouldn't happen. No, it'd be a lot worse.
It would be a lot worse.
Those banned guns would be getting stolen mass.
Do you have
and then
any
they'd be
idea
getting
how
sold
many,
on
you
the
know,
black
like,
market.
do you have any idea how much safer a town is if there's open carry than it is to have guns banned?
Mhm. There's
Like,
you walk into a store, oh, I'm not robbing this bank. That guy has a gun. That guy has a gun. That guy has a gun.
yeah, you look around. You have 3 potential assailants that you're, you know, like if you were in the position of the robbing, then you'd have 3 potential assailants that you'd have to deal with. Like you would have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Because people like me, when I carry, like the 2 holsters I have that I use are holsters that are quick and easy to get out of. One of them's one of those thumb latches that, like, as you're grabbing the gun, you just
Yep.
latch it with your
Pretty
thumb
much
and
your motion gets
pull it out. Your motion pulls the gun out. It's like, not everybody's a quick draw McGraw,
Right.
but the fact that you walk into a grocery store even, you know, like some crackhead's not going to walk in there and decide to rob the joint with a gun because he's going to think, oh, well, like, even if he doesn't, you know, if you're an open carry city or state, then you have, like, zero likelihood of making it out of that building alive if you're going to try to rob a building.
I always felt much safer when there was people at baseball games that I was playing at, and they were sitting there with their guns on their waists. That always made me feel more comfortable than a bunch of unarmed people just sitting on bleachers waiting to get
I'm always way more comfortable when I look around and I see a bunch of people who have guns. And it's not a matter of having guns, it's a matter of having a gun that's holstered, whether it's on your side, in your armpit, you know, with those shoulder holsters, or even if you can't see it, you know, if you know, like, oh, I know that guy, he has a gun that literally is like a wallet that he puts in his back pocket.
Side ones that you pull out of your pants.
Yeah, they have like, those are cool. Like, people look at them and they don't think that's a gun. It's like, oh, that's his phone on his belt, you know. No, just the way that it fits in there, you push a button, out comes a gun, and you know, I feel that the Second Amendment is a very important thing that we keep suppressing in certain areas of the nation in certain ways.
When it comes to guns, I think school security officers should carry them. I think teachers should be allowed to carry them with proper
training.
I
think that would be awesome. I think that would be awesome. Yeah.
It has to be a secured, you know, no one can just come up and take it off you.
Teachers that agree with it, and I don't think that necessarily every single teacher should have a gun, but I think that, you know, even if you were in a school that had 10 teachers, 2 principals, and a fucking, you know, like a few social staff,
sure, then
I think at least, you know, like, okay, there's 5 social workers there. One of those 5 should have a gun.
Yeah.
Out of those 10 teachers, 2 of those teachers should have guns.
I had lots of teachers that I would have felt comfortable with having a gun.
Mr. Amy, Bob Amy, I would have trusted him to have a handgun or
Mr.
something.
Kelly.
Mr. Kelly. Jay-Z Savage.
Yep. I thought he had
Tony Snyder, with some of his history and certain stories you hear, I don't necessarily know if he could have. But he's a teacher I would have been comfortable with having a gun, knowing that he could protect me.
Right.
You know, that's where I'm going to leave that. But, I don't know. I just find that to be an interesting thought.
It is, and a lot of people are against it, and I agree, you know, having a gun in a room with a bunch of children is not the smartest idea. You could have it in a safe like they were talking about after all those school shootings.
Oh, yeah.
But Orfino gets a bomb threat every couple of months.
I know, that's insane.
If somebody had a gun on him, it wouldn't happen.
A little small town school like that gets bomb threat after bomb threat after bomb threat.
Because some kid just doesn't want to be there that day.
It's just because some dumbass kid thinks it's a good idea to go say this or go, like, you know, go write this on a fucking wall in chapstick or shit.
It's fucked up.
You know, it's fucked up. Like, that's what, like, when I was in school, there was a kid that wrote on the walls with shit, his feces, or someone else's feces.
I ain't even gonna say names.
Yeah, I don't know who.
There's
I don't
that
remember.
One kid that took a shit in the urinal for no reason.
Yeah, wrote a bomb threat on the fucking, I think it was the mirrors in the boys' restroom. It's like, that's fucking stupid.
It's fucked up.
Like, you're gonna go get a felony over
gonna ruin these kids' education because you don't have to be.
Yeah, that
you can
too.
Fucking leave.
That too. You can fucking leave.
Like,
there's the exit. Don't fucking come back.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way I look at that. Don't get me wrong, that kid may just be doing something stupid thinking it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
But
everyone's gonna like him at school.
But really, that's the stupidest fucking reason to
by the
ever...
second bomb threat and people's laptops are getting thrown around the hallways because they have to search every locker.
Yeah, go through all the lockers.
Thanks, you got my laptop broken because you wanted to get out of school.
Yeah.
Now we can't go here the rest of the week because they're still searching the school. Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, that's the way I look at that portion of that. I saw, I think it was the governor of Idaho, put out a press release thing where he was explaining to Californians and other people that are moving here to our state of Idaho, and he very nicely explained that please do not bring your, like your outlook on life or your outlook on government from this place to here. Like, he very nicely put that. He put a very nice statement and a very nice speech up for the whole thing. I thought it was very well thought out and well performed. And he asked at the very end if anybody wanted to question him. First thing you hear is mumble, 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 mumble. Like, he's like, "Can you pull your mask down so I can hear you?" And the person pulls their mask down and says, "Well, isn't there a little bit more of a sensitive way you could have said that?" And like said a couple other things, but he like immediately the governor looked at him and he said, "No, that is the stupidest question I think." He's like, "I think I've ever heard. I apologize for everyone here that had to hear that." And he asked a second question. Then it was another answer of a and he's like, "Okay, no further questions. I see where these he's like, these are all dumbass questions, and I see where this is going. So good night." And like ended it. It was pretty funny.
Well, Nelk Boys, they were down in Nampa, Idaho.
Oh, really?
They did that a while back. They were doing some bowling pranks in Cali and stuff, Florida, and they'd go and like bowl on other people's lanes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, nobody did nothing down there. Like, "Hey, dude, get off my lane," whatever. Well, they went and did it in Nampa. Like, the third guy they did
Got
it
beat
to
the fuck up.
got chased out of the bowling alley, almost got hit, and then instantly the guy ran over to his truck and he came over with his gun and they got out of there. It's a different state.
Well, yeah, I don't think they
thought
realized
about it.
Yeah, I don't think they realized that if you're gonna we're a state of don't tread on me. Most of the people that live around here are very much
They work hard.
They're very much stay off my lawn, and like you, Nelk Boys, for example, are not somebody that really stays off people's lawns.
It's like that movie Neighbors, basically.
Yeah.
Nice life, and then you have these dipshits next door.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Nelk Boys. They're funny. They're great entertainment. But I wouldn't be able to handle them. If I was walking through Walmart and they did something
I don't
like
think
that
I'd be able to. I could probably handle like spending time around them.
Yeah.
But
if they tried pranking me, I wouldn't have a good time.
I don't think I'd be able to have them as like, even like within a mile radius of me living from me. That'd be.
I don't know how all that can work.
I feel like they'd be too much of pranksters.
Salim was 19 when he joined Nelk Club.
Yeah.
The Nelk Boys, but he was drinking.
Oh yeah.
He's not Canadian.
No.
And then, what else was it? There's another thing that I just don't get about that whole thing. I don't fucking remember now, but that just blows my mind.
I don't get how
they have videos of using like Charizard ID cards and stuff at gas stations, and they'll like hand it up, and the guy will just let it go. He's like, "All right." Like those guys, how are those guys not fired?
Oh yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. How do they get away with it? They're probably in on the joke.
Most of them. Back in the day, not so much, but nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it more.
Probably sold out just a little
Well,
bit.
they quit doing pranks because of COVID, and they switched to skits, and now they do like prank skits. And it just depends on which one. They do these awesome Bigfoot ones, where they go out to like people that really believe in Bigfoot and like go find them and stuff.
So they're doing more of those ones,
yeah,
like that one with that
country's
guy.
opening up again, and so they'll go out there and they'll act like they use Salim and they call him Rafiki.
Yeah.
And he just does all these screams and stupid
I seen
shit.
there was that one guy. I seen the video of that one guy, but I can't remember his name. Was it Todd Standing?
I'm not sure.
Or was it a different guy?
I'm not sure on those guys' names.
I can't remember. I think it was Todd Standing that they pulled the prank on, but I could be off on the name. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Doesn't matter.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was really interesting what the governor had to say. I thought that was well, and he also mentioned a lot of about how our real estate is now 400% higher than it was 2 years ago, you know, a year and a half ago.
Right.
Just due to people moving here and buying property as quickly as they are. Like, that's it. That's like the main reason. And then also the fact that we're having a problem in the country of having a lot of product, such as lumber to ship and transport, but a shortage of truck drivers. You know, we're
same
having
with gas.
Same with gas.
Storage for gas.
A shortage of storage for gas, and a shortage of you know, all sorts of things like that. It's insane to me. We having trouble getting stuff from overseas right now, and it's a hard task, bro.
I know, like COVID, you know, a lot of people weren't working. A lot of people didn't want to work.
That's another thing. A lot of people didn't, like, right now, are starting to get off of it. I had two separate people come in. I don't know if there's a fourth stimulus check coming out to people.
Right.
I don't know. I don't care. But I've had two separate people come into the store and tell me, "Oh no, I'm supposed to be getting a stimulus check. I'll wait a couple weeks and then I'll get it." And it's like, the last thing I even seen or heard about a fourth stimulus check was back in May. Maybe in the beginning of June. You know, really.
I think it's time everyone goes back to work.
Me too. I think it's time that we stop having so many places that say help wanted in the window. It's like, we need to also stop having to have signs in the window to let people know to be nice to employees because there's not very many people, they're short on staff.
Right.
Or be patient because there's a shortage of staff. People should be patient anyways because they're in a place, they walk into a store of any kind, grocery store, auto parts store, gun store. If there's or a fucking bank, you walk in that place, there's 3 people in front of you, one person helping all 3 of these people. Are you going to get mad about that? No. Are you going to be impatient, frustrated because you're now having to wait in line like every other single fucking person?
I'm going to think, no, I hit it on the busy time.
Yeah. Oh, I hit it while they're busy. So I'm not going to be mad by the time I get through it. Don't get me wrong. If a restaurant takes 45 fucking minutes for me to get my fucking food,
I'll be slightly irritated. But I ain't going to treat the person serving me like crap.
Yeah, no, especially if I'm on lunch. Then I'm really mad.
Can my order be canceled? I kind of just want to go.
Yeah, point. I need to get out of here. I apologize. I'm on my lunch.
It's like
pull the ripcord.
Yep, there's humane and nice ways to do everything.
Yeah.
And everyone just looks for the easiest way to do it. And I think that needs to be forgotten.
You say the easiest way to do it. That's also, I find that to be funny about how we have warning labels on everything now. Everything. Mm-hmm. You know? We have to be warned that the syrup or the sugar in this syrup could cause heart disease or whatever. You know, it doesn't, I'm not saying that every syrup has that label on there, but there are some syrups and some things out there that have warning labels on them for that. Like, why should we have to explain to people common things that they should understand? Putting garbage into your body is not good for you. Right. You eat a lot of this, it's not good for you. You drink a lot of this, it's not good for you. People don't fucking even think about it. They just know that I like this, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to drink this.
Right.
That's how people...
That tastes good, I'm craving that.
That tastes good, I'm craving that. I could really use some sugar. Maybe you could.
You get bored, I'm going to order hot wings.
Yeah. And we live in a world where...
That's normal.
That's normal. 100 years ago, that was... Fucking 50 years ago, it wasn't normal to be able to call a restaurant and be like, hey, I want some hot wings delivered to my fucking house.
Speaking on
now
this,
you can do it from an app.
How fucked up... And you get a discount.
And you get a discount from doing it from the app.
How fucked up is it that we... Okay, so like 1950s and 60s, even the 70s, you know, dates. It was all carnivals, movies, going out to eat. now you can do these things so easily, yet nobody does them.
Yeah.
What is going on with that? There's so much to do.
Roller rinks, skating rinks, like these things aren't really things that are staying around for a lot of people. If you want to go to be able to go to somewhere that still skates, then you have to go to like a skate park with your rollerblades or your roller skates. You don't really get to go
designed for teenagers and
yeah,
children.
There's not a whole lot of those left in the country. There's not a whole lot of mom and pop shops left in the country.
No, and those are the best shops.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you seem sweet. I'll just keep that $1 or $2. Like, yeah, it's $1 or $2, but it's nice sometimes to get that off.
Yeah, for sure. I
went into a gas station to buy a pack of cigarettes, and they're like, oh, do you have a mask? So, oh, no, I don't. Oh, you can buy one real quick. So I bought a mask for $1. And then I asked for my pack of cigarettes. She pulled them up, scanned me, told me I was underage. I'm not underage. 21's a stupid law.
Huh? In the state, dude, in the state of Idaho, technically you're legal though.
I know. So here I am, out $1, and I don't get my cigarettes. I'm like, well, that was a waste of breaking the 20. And then I go to the next store, buy a pack of gum. The lady gives me $1 off. Felt so good. Just, instantly redeemed. I'm like, all right, well, I'm back at where I was, so
yeah,
I can't complain. It's just, I don't get it. Little things.
Did you see, they, I think it was the Senate passed a thing stating that they felt that, or the I can't remember who exactly it was. They passed a thing stating that it was unconstitutional to restrict the age to buy handguns to 21.
See that?
I think that's a fucking win. That's a cool path.
It's a great
push. A great step on a good path for people who responsibly use guns.
Yeah.
And the more responsible used guns that are out there, the better, because I feel that the more responsible gun users there are to have guns, the less likely it is that there's going to be, and the less restrictions we have on guns makes it so that there's less criminals still getting these things anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like fully automatic weapons are illegal to everyday people like you and me.
Yep.
That's kind of a restriction on the Second Amendment,
but not.
That's
so
okay.
much.
I set it apart.
They
You want to know?
those.
You want to know why? Because I could go get an FFL and a Class 3 gun dealer's license and own all those things anyways.
FFL is federal firearm license.
Yes, federal firearms license. Technically, you can sell and trade and deal in guns, and that's legally.
Right.
That's how you legally go about it. But because of the fact that that's the only legal route you can go to get those things and RPGs and stuff like that, you essentially cut yourself off from the legal. You're cutting the throats of people who want to do it legally by making it so hard to do it legally.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also helping the people who don't care that it's illegal.
Yeah. With Grandpa growing up, I always had a fun time doing things legally about guns.
Oh, me too.
That was always the fun part of
the proper
experience.
Yeah, the proper training is key.
And then as you get older, you go, hang out with your buddy, go hunting or something, and you see, like, what are you doing? Like, half of this is just totally illegal or unsafe.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, how were you trained to do this at all by anybody? This is how you do it, and that's the way you're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You don't care about
it's
firearm safety.
Kind of like you think about us as kids, like, going into hanging out in the creek, all the things we did, pretending to be Survivor Man and whatnot.
Yeah.
All the fires we lit during the summer along the creek. I'm not saying like wildfires because we never had any of those. We were smart about it.
Yeah, just little fires.
Just
can of chili
little fires. We cooked a can of chili or some fish or some top ramen. Like that was our bag. Yeah. I had fun doing that.
Awesome.
Those were awesome memories. I look back now and I'm like, oh, that was a little dangerous, but I'm glad we always did it like we did it in the creek bed, like on a bunch of rocks, right next to the creek. You know, so it was never really that dangerous necessarily. We always had a little fire so that we could, you know, we were afraid of it. It wasn't a matter of even having the training to not do it. It was a matter of just being afraid of what you could do with the capability of making the fire.
We weren't out there flinging fire sticks.
No, we weren't doing stupid shit.
We just had a fire.
And that's the reason we never had any troubles like that.
Yeah. Kind of like that one kid we know. Just goes up lighting fires. And
oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Just no thought process.
No, none at all.
There's no end goal.
It's
just,
one of those moments where you look, like, he's one of those people where you look at him and you know that there's no gears turning in there.
Yeah, there's no end goal, there's no nothing. It's just, I'm going to do this.
I'm going
to walk away.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
Pretty much.
A lot of people are like that. You can see it a lot with driving.
Yeah, it amazes me how many people are actually like that, though.
And you would never know just visiting with them. You have to see them do these things to really see, oh, wow, this guy
has problems.
Mm-hmm. Something wrong there.
Well, brother, I think that's all we have to talk about for tonight.
I think that was a great discussion.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget to check him out on Twitter at Samuel Fowler. I think I already forgot it.
Samuel Fowler, that's it.
All
It's
right,
on
that's
Twitter
it,
at
guys.
Samuel Fowler.
So,
Have a good night.
Peace.